This AI demo has to be one of the most impressive robots I've seen so far, and I'll show you why. OpenAI has partnered with Figure and has created a humanoid robot showing incredible capabilities. I'm not going to keep you in suspense, so let's take a look at what it can do, but stay with me for the entire video.
Hey, Figure 1, what do you see right now?
I see a red apple on a plate in the center of the table, a drying rack with cups and a plate, and you standing nearby with your hand on the table.
Great, can I have something to eat?
Sure thing.
Great. Can you explain why you did what you just did while you pick up this trash?
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
Great. So, based on the scene right now, where do you think the dishes in front of you go next?
The dishes on the table, like that plate and cup, are likely to go into the drying rack next.
Great, can you put them there?
Of course.
All right, so how do you think you did?
I think I did pretty well. The apple found its new owner, the trash is gone, and the tableware is right where it belongs.
I agree. Thanks, Figure 1.
You're welcome. If there's anything else you need help with, just let me know.
In just a year and a half, this company has gone from a fresh start to making a humanoid robot that really works. This robot, with its smart vision model and end-to-end neural network, is pretty good at getting tasks done and can even chat while doing them. The following was tweeted by an employee. Let's break down this video. All behaviors are learned and not teleoperated and run at normal speed. We feed images from the robot's cameras and transcribe text from speech captured by onboard microphones to a large multimodal model trained by OpenAI that understands both images and text. The model processes the entire history of the conversation, including past images, to come up with language responses, which are spoken back to the human via text-to-speech. The same model is responsible for decking, which learn closed-loop behavior to run on the robot to fulfill a given command, loading particular neural network weights onto the GPU and executing a policy. Basically, what all this means is when robots are demoed, they are usually slow and have to be sped up. But in this case, what you saw was what really happened. Also, they would sometimes be teleoperated by a human, but Figure 1 is fully autonomous using a neural network. The robot also uses cameras and microphones to send pictures and speech to a special OpenAI model that understands both. This model looks at the whole conversation history, including past pictures, to respond in language. A human-like voice system then speaks these responses. The same model decides what actions the robot should take to follow commands by choosing the right behavior and using specific neural network instructions to guide the robot's actions. All of this means that the robot is able to make sense and understand its surroundings because it uses common sense reasoning. One of my favorite parts is when the robot uses phrases like and says I like a human would. It's also very interesting when a man asks for something to eat, the robot knows to go for the apple instead of grabbing anything else. It knew it was the only edible thing on the table. This might seem very simple and basic, but it really shows the robot's advanced reasoning abilities. When someone asks for something to eat, the robot scans its environment and looks for food. It thinks, I see an apple, then proceeds to pick it up and hand it to the person. In this tweet, Corey Lynch says, a large pre-trained model that understands conversation history gives Figure 1 a powerful short-term memory. Consider the question, can you put them there? What does them refer to? And what is there? Answering correctly requires the ability to reflect on memory. The pre-trained model, analyzing the conversation's image and text history, Figure 1 quickly performs and carries out a plan. Place the cup on the drying rack, and number 2, place the plate on the drying rack. This tweet is talking about how Figure 1 can understand and remember past conversations. When someone asks the robot a question like, "Can you put them there?" the robot needs to know what them and their mean. These words refer to things mentioned earlier in the conversation. The robot has a pre-trained model that looks back at what has been said and seen to understand the context. So when asked to do something, it remembers details like where things are supposed to go. For example, the robot can figure out that it needs to place a cup and a plate on the drying rack based on its memory of the conversation. Something else that really stood out to me was how the robot handled the objects so smoothly. The way it placed the plate down was impressive. And when it moved the trash, the motion was surprisingly human-like and not robotic at all. It felt like a person throwing things away in a fluid and natural way. The robot even managed to move the basket back to someone. Now, if this is where they are after only 18 months, just imagine where they'll be a year from now. AI improvements keep going up exponentially year after year. I'm really looking forward to see where they take Figure 1 and any other projects they have. Now take a look at this tweet from Corey as well. He says, connecting Figure 1 to a large pre-trained multimodal model gives it some new capabilities. He goes on to explain what it can do. However, he doesn't say specifically it will be using anything like GPT-4 or the upcoming GPT-5. But is he foreshadowing it's a possibility? Or is he referring to something else OpenAI is developing that is designed for robots that has not been made public yet? Either way, I'm looking forward to where this goes. Comment below your thoughts on Figure 1 and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more.